All right, here we go.
Alrighty, let's get this son bitch up.
It's rolling.
Oh. That was
How
a
you
great
doing?
start.
How you doing, Kahuna?
Pretty good. It feels like it's been like
Feels like it's
2
been a
weeks
while
since I've seen you.
Yeah. Well, it's been a week, and what a week it's been. What a week it's been.
Yeah, it's because you went up to your home.
I did.
town.
I went home to see mum and dad and the family in Queensland, and I was a real smart boy, and I took 4 dogs with me, and
Wait, how many puppies?
2.
2 little puppies.
Yeah.
One young dog.
One young dog, about 7-8 months old, and
one
experienced Joey.
and one glorious beast.
Mate,
Tell us about it, Josh.
I'm so tired, and I don't know if I can go on. I honestly don't.
That is hard work. What you've done. That is hard.
Oh, they made it hard work.
So, I mean,
it's
4
like
working dogs.
4 working dogs.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
and I couldn't like.
You had your hands full. I'll tell you
They were
what.
trying to kill mum's chickens. They smelt the possums and they wanted to kill the possums, and then one of them started barking. They all started barking, and then like because they had to sleep in the car at night time in their boxes, like I'd get up at 5:30 and I'd go, and it'd just be shit everywhere.
So they were
Shit.
spiting
everywhere.
you and just pooing everywhere.
Oh, mate, I'm pretty sure that's what they were doing. People say that dogs don't know, like dogs aren't spiteful, but I tell you one thing.
I specifically tell clients that, but then there are occasions where I go, I don't know.
Mate, I was about to. I sat in the shower on the ground for 4 hours, just listening to Sound of Silence, repeat. You know, in restless dreams I walk alone, just beating myself in the head with a shampoo bottle. Anyways, welcome everybody.
Yes, welcome.
Back for
Welcome back.
another week of it. Another very. Oh, hang on. Let me just. There we go. Oh, we're 2.5 minutes in.
What?
Yeah, already. How time flies when you're talking about things that really piss you off. Anyways, this is Famous Dogs Throughout History numero 2.
Yes.
We're back.
A good one today, don't we?
We got a super good one. I was super keen to do this episode on Laika, the dog in space.
Yep.
But the more I read about it, it's a really, really fucked up story. And I was like, you know what? Maybe another time.
Yeah.
Maybe another time.
Yeah. One of the not so feel good stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get to it right after this. We have to start with our intro song, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Oh, there it is. Wow, that's eerily similar to Jeff.
It is.
Hey, roll over, DJ. It doesn't really fit in there, but anyways. Famous dogs throughout history, number 2, coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're well. I hope you're sexy. Sit down and buckle up. All right.
Well done, Josh.
Thanks, man.
That's incredible.
Getting better at
He's
it.
got hands going everywhere.
Oh,
He's
man.
using his feet for things.
Yeah, I'm like Henry the Octopus. I've got to
Yeah.
push buttons over here, push buttons over here, and push buttons over here, push buttons over there. And
Henry
just
the
hope-
Octopus.
yeah,
Who is that?
Just, you know the Wiggles? Oh, no, you're Canadian.
I've
Yeah.
the only things I've seen about the Wiggles have been since I've been here. So as an adult,
What do they call the Wiggles in Canada? Oh, the Jilly Bobbins?
Jesus, what is that?
You want to sit down and watch your favorite kids band, the Jilly Bobbins?
Oh no,
shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if they have Wiggles over there. Maybe they do. I
Maybe.
have no idea.
I really hope they do.
Did you watch that or like how old?
No,
I don't even know if
it
it's
was
old.
it was
or
sort of
new.
like after my time. Like
You watched it anyways, though.
Yeah, I watched a little bit because it's my little brother Harry. He was young and we
Oh,
used to have
yes.
the Wiggles movie, and I'd just sit down and just eat whole packets of Doritos as a kid.
You were 15 and you were just
Yeah.
sitting there watching the
I was
Wiggles.
just like, get him, Jeff, and wake up. You're never awake for anything, you dickhead. He'd be a terrible driving companion. He would be awful. It's like, you want to go through that McDonald's? Oh, Jeff's asleep again.
That's
And then
my
you
brother.
go... and
my
then you,
brother's like that.
Really?
I'm not even kidding you. So I used to work with him back home. And it was a group of guys that would all get in the same big truck and we'd drive around and build pools and stuff.
Yep.
And he wasn't allowed, like the person that was sitting in the front, like as the passenger,
you have to be
had
awake.
to be awake. So that was the rule. So he was never allowed to sit in the front because every time he got in the front seat, it was just like literally the car starts moving and he's out. I'm not even kidding you. It was ridiculous. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, man.
So
That's annoying.
Yeah,
and I never go to sleep as a co-driver.
No,
never do it, man. Because it's like, to me, it's a cardinal sin.
I have a hard time being the passenger.
Yeah.
Well, in particular with Cassie.
Yep.
It's going to sound bad. She's not a bad driver at all, but I just like, because I'm not driving, I'm always thinking like, are they seeing what I'm seeing? And then if I think for a second that they're not, then I'm like, oh God. And it's not a good move. So sometimes I just like don't look out the window. I just look out the sides and I won't watch what's going on in front of me.
Or you just do Sudokus and then you get really motion sick and you vomit into your lap. Welcome to my life. Anyways, this is Famous Dogs Throughout History number 2, ladies and gentlemen, and we wouldn't be doing our due diligence if we didn't play the theme music. So let's just get stuck right into it. Famous dogs throughout history, all noteworthy and brave. There was Pavlov's dog, Laker the dog in space. Cairo was there when Bin Laden was shot in the face. The facts, they're amazing, some still cloaked in mystery. So let's discuss these famous dogs throughout history. Oh yeah, really gets me going. Playmo!
I know.
I do that every time.
Gets my heart rate up.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, is Babe Ruth going to hit the shit out of some? Is he going to hit some dingers? Let's go out back and hit some dingers.
Back to Family Guy again.
Which is ironic because Babe Ruth played for the New York Yankees. And that's like a Boston accent. And the Red Sox and the Yankees hate each other. Yeah. But nevertheless,
it's a thing.
This week, or this episode of Famous Dogs Throughout History, or Famous Dogs Throughout History number 2, is about Owney the postal dog.
This is like the name when you sent this across to me. I was reading the name and I thought, like, is this a story about a dog that went mental and killed people?
Just went bananas.
He's just gone postal.
He's gone postal.
You know that's a term, right?
Yeah, gone postal.
Gone postal.
Yeah.
Because of, I guess, in the postal
No. Owney did not go, well, yeah, who knows?
But that's not what the story's about.
No.
Which is what I thought it was originally.
No, so this story, we'll give you a brief outline. Well, Owney, who came onto the scene in 1887...
1887.
1887.
It
was a good year.
Yep.
It was a great year.
I don't remember it.
You don't?
No.
I remember it fondly. It was a Border Terrier. Well, he was a Border Terrier adopted as the first unofficial postal mascot by the Albany, New York Post Office sometime in 1888. And whenever I hear New York, like... I know that New York's a huge state. I know that now because I went on Google Maps. But whenever I hear New York, I always think of like...
I'm walking here! Up yours, you son of a bitch!
Up yours, you son of a bitch!
Get out of here!
Give me a hot dog. But it couldn't be further from the truth because Albany's like... It's in the tri-state area. I think it's actually closer to like Ohio and...
Yeah, down that,
down that way. But for this,
or up
like,
that
there's
way.
going to be
some up that way.
Yeah, there's going to be some accents in here. We're going to give it a crack, and they're going to have like proper New Yorker.
Anybody listening in New York is going to be going, "Oh my god!
Oh, this fucking guy! Oh, wow! Just let me put down my pizza. Oh, I'm going to wrap my knuckles around your mouth."
What is that accent? There's a character that sounds like that.
How you going, my dudes? My Uncle Gary, he owns a cab company. So I'm like, get free rides all the time. It's like a mix between like Sylvester Stallone and
There's another character that
dogs. I love dogs. I love them. I just love dogs. My Aunt Jemima's got a dog. My Uncle Rico's got a dog.
It's pretty good. That's a pretty good accent.
Thanks, man. Cheers. But continuing on with the brief outline. The Albany mail professionals recommended the dog to their railway mail service colleagues, and he became a nationwide mascot for 9 years between 1888 and 1897. He travelled throughout the 48 contiguous? I don't know. 48 contiguous United States and voyaged around the world, travelling over 140,000 miles in his lifetime as a mascot of the Railway Post Office and the United States Postal Service.
Think about that. That's back in... Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's back when mail was delivered by the railway.
Yeah, exactly. And Owney took full advantage of that.
Just that and horses.
Yep, horses and cart. The railway dudes that had amazing backpack hiking abilities.
Oh, yeah, so good.
Imagine like you go on the internet and you're like, I'm going to buy this new thing, and then it's like, click here for regular post or express post of 4 months. You know why I need some new loafers? I just press this button, pay an extra $15. It's here in 4 months. US Postal Service, yeah. Oh, so dumb. Anyway, should we crack on to Owney's story?
Well, yeah, let's have a look at it.
All right. Now, there's a bit of conjecture about how Owney first came to be the mascot of the Albany Post Office in New York, but a few sources, including a song entirely about Owney, you should hear it. If you haven't, well, you guys probably wouldn't even know about this dog, but there's a song about him. But it suggests that the little tearaway was found sleeping underneath a pile of mailbags by a post office clerk from Albany, New York in 1888, and promptly adopted. Owney was abandoned at the post office and apparently had snuck in through a back door where he found his life's calling, which was to snooze on or under mailbags. When the pup's mailroom presence was later discovered by the supervisor, fellow workers declared that he was Owen's dog, and the name Owney stuck. The supervisor let the pup stay against post office rules, which I think is like a undercover boss scenario of like 1888. You know that show Undercover Boss?
Oh yeah.
It's like, I need to find out a way to make my postal workers feel better at work. So just go let this little butt stay. All right, yeah, there. I look at it, just give it a little scratch on the head.
I love how everybody, like, in every part of the story, all talks.
Yeah, even the ladies. Yeah. It could have been. The boss could have been a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, at that time,
probably not at that time, but I hope it was. And she even talks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Owney Boy was apparently quite attracted to the texture or scent of the mailbags, and he made it his business to create little nests out of all of them. Owney's reward...
It's like a little possum.
Yeah, which is weird to me, because it's like, if you talk about Owney's reward hierarchy, from the bottom to the top, you've got like a scratch on the ear, which is okay. Like, he'll do some stuff for it. Yeah, he's like, I could go for it. Chicken and cheeseburger from Macca's, which to me is like platinum level. I'll kill someone for a chicken and cheese. Then he had watching cartoons in the bath was up there. But then at the very top, this is like, he'll kill someone for this with his sweet mailbags. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted.
He just loved a mailbag.
He just loved them, man.
What were these mailbags like? Have you looked them up?
No, I think it was like a Hessian sack.
You just lost me again.
Like Hessian?
The old Hessian sack.
Like potato bags. Old potato bags.
Oh, like the burlap.
Burlap sack.
Burlap bags, I call them.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, we call them Hessian bags.
Is it the same?
I think so. Oh. They sell them at like Pet Barn. You can the dogs will just lay on them.
Yeah.
They've got them up their back. I've seen them. Mm-hmm. Big shout out to Pet Barn. All your good products.
Yep.
Just pay heaps of money for them. Anyways, he loved the mailbag so much that when his master moved away, Owney stayed with his new mail clerk pals and the mailbags.
So someone came and adopted him, gave him a life worth living,
Yep.
and then left, and he was like, nah, I'll stay with the bags.
Yeah, he's like, why, Owney? We got a chance. We could get out of here. What do you say about that? He's like, You know what? You know what, Owen? I really like you, and you've got great hair. You treat me nice, but you're just not a mailbag. Oh, come on! I could take a mailbag with me. No. I'm just gonna stay here. Just opens up his little Sudoku book and continues, looks up from underneath his glasses, and
he's still there.
Yeah, Owen sheds a single tear. Just legs it.
Oh, man.
Do you reckon
Owney's cold.
do you reckon Owney would have loved Big Kahuna's mailbag?
Wow. It's
a little bit different.
It's so nice.
Yours is invisible.
Yeah.
It's definitely not made out of Hessian.
No,
it's made
not.
out of that rare Egyptian invisible silk. Anyway,
Yes, it's beautiful.
he soon began to follow mailbags everywhere. At first, he followed them onto mail wagons and then onto mail trains. Owney didn't like to be separated from his mailbags. When they moved, he moved with them.
Do you think he was stressed every time?
Yeah.
They pick up the bags and started going with it? Where the hell are you going with my mailbags? Every time.
Yeah. I don't know what would have been going through his head at that point.
Oh, he would have been freaking out.
Yeah, because it's like, I wonder what made him so fascinated or obsessed with the mailbags.
Yeah.
Something would have had to have happened. You know.
It could have been wherever he came from, and then he was finally safe in the mailbags.
Yeah, maybe he was birthed. Maybe. That's one of my theories. I reckon that he was birthed in it, and then grew up as a pup in and around the
old mailbag
and
situation.
He's trying to find his mum.
Oh,
Poor
you're
Owney.
making it sound real sad. Owney. He's just missed his mum.
How about this though? He would only allow uniformed postal workers to touch them.
This is the thing that I found quite amazing about this story. There was no particular reason that he would allow them and no one else.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know whether that's just a thing made up and put in there to be
it's got to be.
It's got to be real. It's got to be. I really hope so.
It wouldn't be in a story if it wasn't real.
No, but so because of that, he became the guardian of railroad mailbags, traveling with them from station to station along the New York Central Railroad System, which went as far east as Boston, where he went and watched the Red Sox hit some dingers. Have you heard that? It's on YouTube. If you guys haven't seen it, look up Boston accent, and it's like a movie trailer thing. It's hilarious.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh man, it goes through all the different.
I also
Boston
hadn't
accent.
heard snake until you introduced it to me either.
Yeah,
So,
I'm a bad influence on you, Big Kahuna.
You are.
Yeah. So Boston. As far east as Boston, where boozed up locals would give Owney hard liquor and make him try and park the car in Harvard Yard and do Matt Damon Boston accents while watching The Departed on repeat, and watch the Red Sox hit dingers at Fenway Park. South to New York City, where Owney would fill in part-time on his cousin Mickey's street-side hot dog vending cart and constantly yell, "I'm walking here!" At any moment, he'd cross the street and west to Chicago and beyond. He'd disembark with the bags, visited a station for a while, usually a couple of weeks, and then move on with another set of mailbags back to Albany to see his family.
Incredible. What
It's
a
just
bizarre story.
Well, I'm here, everybody. Just trots in,
and just knowing
carrying
how
a
to
little
get
bag.
back to Albany.
Yeah. Well, I think because it was all these towns were situated along the railway.
So the railway would go and then turn around and go back the other way. Or something?
Yeah, and then turn around and go back. Yeah.
Even
pretty
still.
crazy.
Even still.
Even
That's
still.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. As a contemporary book recounted, the terrier Owney travels from one end of the country to the other in the postal cars. Tagged through, petted, talked to, looked out for as a brother, almost. But sometimes, no matter what the attention, he suddenly departs for the south, the east, or the west, and is not seen again for months.
That is like to
Yeah.
me so strange. Why? Why did
know.
he go? It's like there's maybe a particular mailbag like that he got attached to
Yeah,
that was
he
going.
was searching.
He's
yeah.
like, hang on,
Yeah, he's like,
my new favorite mailbag is leaving me.
yeah.
And then
I need to
was
get.
going
I need to go
follow
and
it?
just sleep all over him. Called him Marco Mailbag. One time in the big fella's travels with his mailbags, witnesses say that they saw a mail pouch fall out of his wagon while on a delivery route. When the driver returned to the post office, workers discovered that both the pouch and Owney were missing. They went looking and found the dog lying on top of the missing mailbag in the road, guarding it until they returned. Do you think like he was like, all the while Owney had actually planned this with the mailbag the whole time? He's like, he's just like whispering. He's like, you're the most fucking beautiful mailbag I've ever. You're the fucking most beautiful mailbag I've ever seen. Let's just get the fuck out of here and start our own life away from all this mail bullshit. I got plans to invent cryptocurrency and electric cars, and I honestly think that we're only 5 to 6 years away tops from that. So, moving to those two things permanently as a society, so we'll be rich.
He's had this whole plan. He's just
He's like, let's just get out of here, you and me. Mailbag's like, I don't have any arms or legs. It's like, it doesn't matter. He's like, got his little paw. He's like over her mouth. And he's like, get out of here.
This is him just stealing a mailbag.
Yeah. And then the mail clerk comes back. He's like, oh, they're gone again. Like,
It's happened again.
he's done it again.
Oh, God.
Anyway, at the time that Owney was kicking around with his mailbags and just living like a king of the railway, there were plenty of bad accidents on the tracks. Not like small scale, the train engineer Greg was trying to read Garfield comics while simultaneously trying to shovel coal into the furnace. And he singed his eyebrows real bad because he got too close to the fire kind of accident either. It was sort of like the movie Speed meets the movie Unbreakable, except Bruce Willis is breakable.
So this was happening a lot. They were derailing all the time.
This is let's just see how fast we can get this thing to go. Let's not icy on the tracks or anything. It's a train. It's got great center of balance.
Honestly, that's bizarre to me that they had so many like accidents and stuff.
Yeah, just go slower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had to get the mail there. It was the start of FedEx.
Nope. This is the start of FedEx. So railway mail clerks considered Owney somewhat of a good luck charm because no train Owney rode was ever in a wreck. Not one.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Which is why he was still riding trains.
Yeah.
He realized that he didn't realize that they were so horribly dangerous.
He's like all the people like, hey, Owney, do that mean trick thing again where you sit on the mailbags and the train doesn't crash, causing me and my co-railway post people to suffer horrific injuries or potentially even death. My family love it when you do that one.
They thought only if they were on the train with Owney that they were going to be safe.
Exactly.
Yeah, jeez.
Anyways, Owney and his jacket and medals. That's what this heading is. So we've moved on now.
What?
Yeah. So in 1893, Owney had been missing for quite some time, and the staff at the railway post office in Albany feared that he may be dead. Turns out he'd made it all the way to Montreal in Canada somehow, and had been involved in an accident. So he had been on a train that busted up.
Yes.
You lied to me, Owney. I thought he didn't get in accidents.
Maybe it wasn't a train accident. Maybe it was an accident while he was in Montreal, Canada.
Could be.
Like just a different, unrelated accident.
It might be, but I'm saying it's on the train.
Okay.
But, you're right. But imagine everybody's on the train and they're all just thinking, everybody's having a great time. Owney's on board, so there's absolutely no way we could crash or be in an accident.
They just take the railway engineer off of the...
Well,
Owney's
Bill,
on the train.
Yeah. Well, Bill, you don't need to be here anymore because Owney's here. He's going to do your job for you. Yay. But how will I feed my family? That's not a problem. And then the train's like... Now you take it easy, Bill.
I think that is all from the same sort of time period, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, dude. Pretty much.
Well coordinated.
Thank you. Yeah. But after this, and the fact that Owney's trips were getting extensively longer, the postal clerks at Albany became concerned because they thought that he should be identified, and if necessary, returned to them. They bought a dog collar with a metal tag that read, Owney, Post Office, Albany.
Do you think
New
this
York.
was the first dog tag?
Maybe.
Is this where dog tags
Maybe this is
began?
where dog tags came from. Yeah. We'll have to look into the deep and rich history of dog tags to find that out, though, I think. So, I'm not sure, but we'll find out.
Do you think he was fleeing to Canada?
Yeah.
Trying to get a fake passport?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he saw the writing on the wall all the way back then.
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
It's
I got
Trump's coming.
I got a real bad feeling about, like, from 2016 on.
Yeah.
Real bad feeling. And because I'm on so many good vitamins, there's a chance that I'll live that long. So, As Owney made his way from place to place, protecting the mailbags and ensuring there were no major catastrophes on the railway, which we have now found is false, using all of his luck power, railway postal clerks from different towns started to adorn him with badges and medals on his collar as sort of an Owney's been here thing.
Like when you put the locks on the
Yeah.
bridges. Poor Owney would have been so heavy.
And there's a photo of him too, and he's got all his badges on, and he's like, you can just see the look on his face. He's like, please help me.
Get all this
Please.
weight off.
Please help me.
You know what a Border Terrier, like, they're not like
Not
big
dog-
or
no,
anything.
no.
Yeah.
They're not massive dogs,
Let me just have a look here.
Yeah.
Border Terriers.
I think of it like the stickers on the back of a Land Cruiser or camper trailer window owned by people over 70. Like all those stickers.
Oh,
that
yeah,
they've got,
yeah.
Like, I've been to the big banana.
Yeah.
Good on you, Beryl. No one gives a shit. Or like a really, like you go in any international airport you go to and there's always some dickhead with a guitar and like long hair, like a real faded button-up shirt. And he's got on his guitar case, he's got like all these different stickers, like some are politically motivated and then others are just completely stupid.
Just trying really hard to look.
Yeah, like
well-traveled.
I don't really care like what happens to me next, but if this bitch doesn't hurry up with my burrito at the coffee I'm gonna lose it. I have no respect for indie people. or hipsters. Absolutely none. And then you just see like on the charts like our listeners go pew.
The only people that were listening to this
Oh,
were
well, there we go.
the
Doop,
hipsters.
ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. All right. What are you looking up there?
I'm looking up Border Terriers.
Yeah.
They're like 7 kilos.
Yeah.
Max.
And I'm pretty sure he had like
Males.
77 kilos worth of badges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just every day. Just
Oh.
a constant struggle for the poor big fella, for the poor little fella.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah,
This
yeah. Is that the photo? Is that the photo?
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, man.
The poor guy. Look at him.
Yeah, really battling. Oh, that's his effigy, dude.
Is
That's
it?
him, man. They stuffed him.
What?
We'll talk about that after. Anyways,
Jesus.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
the collar and tags made the mixed breed terrier. It's not a mixed breed terrier, it's a border terrier. The unofficial mascot of the US Railway Mail Service. And as shown by the 2011 postage stamp issued in his honour, his identifications became an essential element of his identity. When Owney would get back to Albany after his trips, the postal clerks there would take his new medals and keep them stored away until he went on his next adventure.
And would put him back on?
Yeah.
So the poor thing had to go, every time he went on an adventure, they're like, here, put your suit of armor on?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Here you go, Owney. Here you go, little dude.
Oh.
Wow, you sound like a Christmas sleigh.
A Christmas
Yeah.
sleigh.
Owney's just looking at him like, what the hell? Postmaster General, that's like a Postmaster General, John Wanamaker, Wanamaker, Wanamaker.
Come on.
Yeah, I'd have called this guy either Bet, Cake, or Baby, for obvious reasons. Want to make a baby? Yeah, but he was one of Owney's biggest fans. When he learned that the dog's collar was weighed down by an ever-growing number of tags, and Owney was at serious risk of developing load-bearing associated injuries that are very common with soldiers in the army, funnily enough, he gave Owney a harness on which to display the little man with the big hearts trophies, which he got on a 20% off sale at the Albany Petco. Just a little plug there for Petco. On April 9th, 1894, a writer for the Brooklyn Daily Eagle reported that nearly every place he stopped, Owney received an additional tag. Until now, he wears a big bunch. When he jogs along, they jingle like the bells on a junk wagon. I reckon he'd have like, nearly every place he stopped, Owney received an additional tag. Until now, he wears a big bunch. When he jogs along, they jingle like the bells on a junk wagon. Look at him go.
It sounds like a sad thing for this poor dog. Like,
but they're like, oh, look at him, he's enjoying it so much. That one's shaped like a heart. And over there, that's shaped like a penis. Owney received tags everywhere he went, and as he moved, they jingled like sleigh bells. He received from Winona Kilbridge of the Los Angeles Kennel Club a medal for Best Traveled Dog of 1893. How many dogs were traveling at this point? They just walk into like Flight Center. It's like, where do you want to go?
well, oh no, the last one was not.
Oh yeah,
that wasn't at that time though.
No, but later. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like 1893.
Yeah, no one was traveling.
Especially dogs. Like, how do you win an award called Best Traveled Dog of 1893? And how
only
many years,
traveled dog?
Yeah, and how many years did it run before that? God. Owney received in 1894 from a Mr. William Winter Wagner of Chicago a Globe Trotter medal, although he was unsuccessful in his basketball dreams of playing for the Harlem Globetrotters. Oh, these jokes are so bad. And I forgot that I wrote them. Like, yeah, give me it. No! Oh, they're all so terrible.
They're hilarious.
It is said to be impossible to know how many dog tags and medals Owney received. Despite the jacket, the mass became impossible for the small dog to carry. Oh, well, that's nice. At least they took it off him.
But think about that.
Yeah.
They waited till he couldn't carry it.
Yeah.
Like,
there's like a bet in each town. Maybe that's what they were doing it for. They're like, oh, Owney, you're back. Here's 6 badges.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm pretty good. Like, you guys gave me like 12 the other day. And you're like, stop walking, you son of a bitch. I got $20 on you that the next 5 badges will make you stop completely.
Just crushing him?
Yeah, just crushing him completely.
Oh, man. He really does not look happy in those photos.
He doesn't.
Especially the one where he's stuffed and dead.
No. But... yeah, he looks lifeless, one would say. Anyways, one source suggests that Owney received approximately 1,017 medals and tokens.
Jesus.
1,017. Yeah, that's crazy. Some of these tags did not survive. The National Postal Museum currently has 372 Owney tags in its collection.
Wow. That's massive.
Yeah. Other Owney tokens, trinkets, and medals are also in the NPM. That must be like National Postal Mail Collection, and are displayed there. What do you think about that?
NPM, National Postal Museum.
Oh, yeah, NPM, Museum.
Yeah,
National Postal Museum. Nice. I'm an idiot. Anyways, it got to the point where Owney was like, I'm sick of doing these railway journeys. I need to set my sights for something much, much greater. Something much further away.
Yeah. I feel like he maybe was just like trying to get away.
So do I.
Yeah, like I gotta get out of this place.
Yeah, and that's why he embarked on international postal adventures. So one of his more famous trips was to Montreal in Quebec, Canada, which isn't really that big of a deal.
It's like 50 kilometers from there.
There the postmaster kept him in a kennel. A demand was sent to Albany, New York for payment for the $2.50 that was incurred in feeding him. The sum was collected and Owney was sent back home.
You know, the French in Canada.
This little dog.
just collecting on him.
All he does is wee wee wee. Are you saying all he does is yes, yes, yes? No, 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 wee wee wee. Oh, Canada, our home and native land.
We should have put the French version on there.
Do they have a French version? Oh, the.
No, it's the same song, but it's sung in French.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Anyways, the Universal Postal Union was created by treaty in 1874 to standardize the shipping and handling of international mail. Adherence to this pact by an increasing number of countries around what was then called the civilized world made it possible to extend Owney's horizons a bit. In 1895, the Terrier enjoyed an around-the-world trip, riding with mail bags aboard trains and steamships. Starting from Tacoma, Washington, on August 19, he travelled for 4 months throughout Asia and across Europe before returning to New York City on December 23rd, and from thence to Albany.
Wow.
That
is crazy.
And
he just, he wasn't being held on the trains or anything. Like, he was just...
No.
He just wanted to be near the postal bags.
Yeah, pretty much. But then they were like, let's just let him do his thing. All right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, which is bloody crazy.
I'm going to look up these postal bags.
Yeah. Upon his return during Christmas week, the Los Angeles Times reported that he visited Asia, North Africa, and the Middle East. Holy dooly.
Why were they delivering mail? Like, was the world
Dunno,
delivering
dude.
mail at that time like that?
Yeah, I think so. Which is, yeah. But it went through, like they said, steamship.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he was on the boats. He's on a boat.
That's crazy.
Another report claimed the Emperor of Japan awarded the dog 2 passports and several medals bearing the Japanese coat of arms. Imagine if you were trying to get a passport for ages and then some dog just rode in on a boat and he got 2. It's like, God damn it!
You'd be so mad.
Yeah, just fall on their samurai sword.
Oh.
You dishonor me!
Oh. Yeah, seriously, that would be a disaster, though, wouldn't it?
Owney's triumphant return to American shores was covered by newspapers nationwide. Owney became world famous after the trip, even though he broke no speed records in doing it. Okay, let's talk about Owney's death. Oh no, I know, man. Yeah, as Owney aged, post office management came to believe that his traveling days were over. He was becoming exceedingly grumpier and agitated, and probably a bit too big for his boots after all his traveling and adventuring. Or
super pissed off that everybody kept putting metal all over him. Leave me alone!
But Owney, you must have this Eiffel Tower badge. Let's watch as he tries to walk away.
Oh, man.
Mail clerk J.M. Elbin of St. Louis agreed to take him in, and the influential Chicago manager of the railway mail service, using insulting language to refer to the mongrel cur, asked his employees not to allow him to ride on future mail trains.
What? So who was doing this?
A new
person who took over.
Yeah, a new person who took over.
Called him a mongrel and wouldn't let him ride on the trains. Whoa.
Yeah. Owney had by this time travelled more than 143,000 miles, which is 230,000 kilometres in his lifetime.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's nuts.
That's some travelling. That's some serious travelling by the big fella.
He's moving.
He was getting along. Just trying all the local delicacies and things like that.
Yep.
Unnamed St. Louis letter carriers appear to have passively aggressively resisted this executive guidance, and in summer 1897, Owney boarded a mail train one final time.
Wow.
The exact details of the incident which led to his death are unclear, but according to the National Postal Museum website, Owney rode the train one last time before he died. Newspapers around the country carried the story of Owney's death. They reported that Owney had been ill and had become aggressive in his old age. In June 1897, after allegedly attacking a postal clerk and a US Marshal in Toledo, Ohio. Holy Toledo! Owney was shot and killed on the orders of the local postmaster.
Oh.
Boo! Yeah, that's right. Boo!
That is...
What I want to know is, did postmasters have higher authority than the police back then?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. They were...
I deal with letters, you deal with guns. Go and shoot that dog. Okay, postmaster man, I'll do what you say.
On the authority of the... What does he say?
Yeah.
Like, on the orders of the postmaster.
Okay, I'll do it just this once, but you got to get me some of those envelopes that don't cut my tongue when I lick them. I don't know why he's from, like, Texas or whatever. He's from somewhere.
Somewhere else.
Yeah. The Chicago Tribune termed it an execution.
Well, it was an execution.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed him.
Any last words, dirtbag?
And he was like... Oh,
and then time stood still.
Yeah, that would have been a sad day.
And then Dust in the Wind by Kansas played. I close my eyes only for a moment, and then Owney's gone.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
The contemporary accounts suggest that a postal clerk in Toledo chained Owney to a post in the corner of a basement at a post office, which was not his normal treatment. And that clerk called in a reporter for the local paper to get a story. Owney may not have been used to that treatment, and that may have contributed to his aggression. Whatever the reason, it is not disputed that Owney was put down in Toledo on 11th of June, 1897.
So he was taken and tied to a post and had an aggressive response at somebody, and then they're like, "This dog's crazy."
Yeah.
It sounds like he was a bit intense.
This dog's crazy.
Yeah.
That's right.
But, wow.
That is pretty sad.
Typical of the people in Toledo, though, you know?
Yes. That is so true.
Nothing to substantiate that.
No. I wonder what the people of Toledo are like.
They're just people. They're just normal people. I can tell you.
Oh, he was put down on Han's birthday.
What?
Yeah, 11th of June.
Really?
I'm not going to tell her that. I hope she doesn't listen to this one.
She won't.
She'll be terribly terrified. 11th of June.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor... What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything, but it just triggered in my brain. I was like, that day is... I should know that date. I should know it. and I do know it. All right? So everybody else, just shut up. I got her a nice present this year, so just leave me alone. Owney's death made public that a gap existed between the workplace attitudes of US postal clerks and their management, with the deceased dog serving as a focus of this gap. How?
I don't get it.
Oh, that's weird. Just like Owney's, like, just singing, like, political songs, like, for the times they are a-changing. Like Bob Dylan. Yeah. Just a huge fan of Bob Dylan.
There was
Bob
a lot
Dylan
going on at that time, though. Like,
was there?
They had a short history from when they were doing real terrible stuff. You know?
Well, yeah, it also says here, the 1890s were a foundational decade. A foundational decade for the new discipline of scientific management, with consultants like Frederick Winslow Taylor seeking to help managers reduce what they saw as industrial inefficiencies by examining workers, wasted time, and slacking. Jeez, I'd hate for Frederick Winslow Taylor to ever look at me.
Look into my life.
Yeah. When I was in the army, I used to take the M11A3, or we call them, I don't know if that's M11A3s, I think. I don't know, the buckets, armoured personnel carriers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd take the keys and, I'd, just tell people that I was, putting the radios together and taking them apart and stuff, and I'd lock both hatches and go to sleep in there. Take that!
That way you could be up all night partying?
No, this was just... Yeah, true. I'd be like, or if you walked around with, clipboard, nobody would ask you anything. It's like, oh, he's busy, he's got a clipboard. He must be taking a survey.
I have had jobs that I've done things like that where you're just like, I gotta walk around with this clipboard and look busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stare at it like, oh, God.
Yeah, shaking your head.
It's just got written over and over, like, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Oh, God. Yeah. Postal clerks used Owney's death and the expressions of sadness.
Just so you know,
yeah,
you say clerks as clerks.
Yeah, because in the army...
Postal clerks.
Yeah, it's not postal clerk. That's what they say. CLERK. We're meant to, like... You guys are... admin clerk or whatever.
So
yeah,
well,
I was tossing up whether to say clerk.
You would have learned that in your literacy programs.
Yeah, literacy.
Yeah, your literacy programs.
Oh, I know you had to dig at me before about that.
And I did it again.
All right. Well, postal clerks used Owney's death and the expressions of sadness contained in press obituaries in honor of the dog to make a statement. Postal clerks refused to bury their beloved mascot. Clerks across the country asked that the dog receive the honor they considered he was due by being preserved and presented to the post office department's headquarters.
Imagine they did that with all people. That
yeah, Josh did a great job. So let's stuff him and put him in the corner, like just like. I wish you could see my face. Like
I could see it, and it was disturbing. Yeah, but what a great way to
honor someone or remember.
Just stuff him.
Yeah, just stuff him right up. Make him look happy, Jim. Oh, Owney, you look so great like that. I'm going to remember you forever, bud.
And if you look at the picture of him, like...
He doesn't look...
He looks bad. Ooh.
Owney's remains were preserved and sent for taxidermy. In 1904, Owney's effigy was displayed by the Postal Service at the St. Louis World's Fair. A commemorative silver spoon was commissioned by Cleveland, Ohio postal workers and fashioned by Webb C. Ball Company, Cleveland, Ohio. So it's like you've done everything in your life, and then they're like, "Well, what can we do for him?" You know what? Let's make a spoon.
We'll stuff him and make him into a spoon. What? They would have been so proud of themselves.
Hey, you got your Owney spoon? Yep, taking it right along to watch to stare at his dead body for over an hour. I don't know why I do if I didn't have this spoon. You can eat Jell-O with it. You can eat custard. You know, my grandma's chili con carne. Owney is the subject of an exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum. He was sent there in 1911 and has been called one of the museum's most interesting artifacts. They mustn't have much good shit in there.
Nothing else in there.
This is a tea towel.
Broken wheels and stuff.
Here we have a heap of squashed ants. Oh, but brace yourselves because here comes stuffed Owney.
Oh, man.
They press a button and like Funky Town plays. And it's like...
that would make it look better.
Little disco ball, and he's like slowly rotating, like as the light is just shining off all his medals.
Oh, good.
And then Owney's like little spirits, like looking at it, just like he's got his hands in his paws, just like. His remains deteriorated over the intervening century, and were given an extensive makeover in 2011.
What?
Yeah,
really?
That's so bad.
Oh my god!
One of the Smithsonian's employees opined the makeover a success, and called its culmination the big reveal. On July 27th, 2011, the United States Postal Service issued a forever stamp honouring Owney. Artist Bill Bond said he wanted to render the dog in a spirited and lively presentation, and that he wound up working from the mounted remains as numerous trips to dog parks left him uninspired. I don't even know what that means, dude.
No.
Yeah. Is he just trying to catch dogs at the dog park to like try and sculpt a new effigy?
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. It's all weird. Owney has also honoured locally. I was also honoured locally at the Albany Post Office in New York. The stamp was also central to an augmented reality app for Windows, Apple iPhone, iPad 2, and iPod Touch. What? Poor Owney. Like his contemporary, like his contemporary Australian counterpart, Bob the Railway Dog, who was active from 1881 to 1894, who we definitely need to talk about.
Can we go back to this stamp thing? The
Yeah.
stamp was also central to an augmented reality app.
What does that even mean?
What?
What does that mean? I don't know.
It means nothing to me.
Yeah.
That means zero. I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't even know why that's in there. But yeah.
If someone knows what that means, like, send us a message. Because I have no idea.
Anyways.
All right.
Yeah, but back like his contemporary Australian counterpart, Bob the Railway Dog, who was active from 1881 to 1894, he was the subject of poetry. One was from a clerk in Detroit. This will be good. Ready? Hold on to your hats.
Hang on.
Yeah.
The Australian one was subject to poetry in Detroit?
No. So I think that they just threw it in there, and I didn't word it properly. But so he wasn't the only dog that rode on trains, like railway trains. So
you're firing the Australian version in here just to
yeah.
say, we had one too.
We did have one. His name was Bob, Big Bad Bob, Triple B. They'd have like theme music, like wrestling theme music. He's like, I'm the dog, the Big Bad Bob.
I'm surprised that they didn't just call him, like over here with how literal everything is when you say it.
Yeah.
They should have just called him like dog, you know? Because
Here comes dog again.
Exactly.
Wow. What a beauty. I'd love to go back in like old time Australia and just be like, you're all so dumb. You're all so stupid. But this is the poem from one of the postal clerks in Detroit. You ready?
Yep.
Owney is a tramp, as you can plainly see. Only treat him kindly and take him long with ye. And then he's like he finished that, and he's like, oh my God, I finished it. Oh my God. Hey, Sharon.
It's a
Sharon, I finished it. Shit, you won't believe it. Bill, it's 2:30 in the morning. What you got in bed? Oh yeah, I just finished my Owney poem. Oh, wait till the guys at work hear this one. Wow.
Oh man, that
is shit.
That is
not poetry.
No, that's terrible.
That's like some dude had a stroke.
Yeah, it's bad, really bad.
Anyway, another was penned by a clerk in Minnesota. Only one Owney, and this is he. The dog is a loney, so let him be.
Jesus.
That is a bad Batman riddle.
Yeah.
That's like the Joker worked in Minnesota before he started fighting Batman.
The first Batman movie,
or
whatever.
the Riddler. The Riddler.
Yeah,
you know the Riddler. Yeah. The Riddler was a postal clerk in Minnesota before he started to like antagonize Batman. Yeah, that is shit.
Oh,
I don't care. Good effort, but no, not even good effort.
No, it's terrible.
Like with all the time that you guys had on your hands back in those days, like you didn't have any other stuff to do. Like,
so these were the two main poems that like became.
Yeah, but there's a song about him as well, but I can't put it on here.
No.
Yeah. So, in the last bit, Owney has been
with how good those poems are, I'm really excited to
hear the song. Yeah, you should be. I wanted to put my head in the blender after I listened to it. Anyways, Owney has been the main character in 5 hardcover books and 1 ebook published by the National Postal Museum of the Smithsonian Institute in 2012 titled Owney.
Because they have absolutely nothing else
to
write about.
Nothing to write about. It's like,
let's just write 5 books.
Remember that time we got the letter from the Unabomber? Yeah, we can't put that in there. Just just do a book about Owney. But it was a letter from the Unabomber.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
The book was titled Owney, Tales from the Rails, written by Jerry Rees, with songs by Stephen Michael Schwartz and illustrations by Fred Klein. The book is narrated and songs are performed by Trace Adkins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, because he's
It's,
like a big
Is he?
timer. Yeah.
Trace Adkins?
Yeah.
I don't know. Never heard of him. Or her.
Oh.
Is Trace I don't know. Sounds like a...
Man.
Trace sounds like a male's name. It probably would be.
It's like a country singer.
Yeah.
Man. A
Oh,
man.
he's a man. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Cool. So what do you make of all that?
That's just craziness to me.
It's pretty crazy, hey?
Absolute madness.
Yeah.
What was going on in the 1890s?
I don't know, dude. Just like... Could you imagine like if they just piled heaps of Hessian bags on the back of like a CityLink train or whatever they're called? Like I don't ride public transport in Melbourne. I just don't do it.
You just don't?
Nope.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's dirty. It's dirty. I don't like it.
You can't say that the public transport in this city is bad.
Well, you know.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
No, it's actually it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
It's cool.
You wait till now to like get on the soundboard.
Well,
We're nearly at the end.
I didn't realize you were going to be bagging out the public transport in Melbourne.
Yeah, well, I'll bag out.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's your opinion. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's the story of
Owney the postal dog.
Owney the postal dog.
And he really... Oh, very good. He really kind of did go postal at the end.
Yeah, he did. That's what I didn't want to say that. All right, that's enough, guys. Come on.
It's quiet. Quiet.
I didn't want to say that like at the start because I knew that
He did go postal?
he goes postal.
Maybe that's where they
and
coined
then the
the term.
postmaster pulls rank over the sheriff and makes
Makes him shoot him.
or was it the marshal? I don't know. The sheriff
They were just gonna put him in the drunk tank, and then and then the postmaster was like, "No, sheriff, we're gonna kill him."
He's like, "No, I have a meaningless job and I hate myself. My wife hates me as well, and my kids hate me. So I'm gonna do something really bad." You sure you want to do this, postmaster? I've never been surer.
Now the postmaster's like a totally different.
Yeah, there's so many characters in this.
Yeah, and I can't place where they're at in the hierarchy.
I'm a mild-mannered marshal. They call me Triple M. I don't want to shoot no dog. But I suppose I have to if I want my mail to get delivered to Taliska.
Oh, maybe that's why they had so much power.
Yeah.
Ah.
If you want your box of Cadbury Celebrations to get all the way to the East Coast, you're going to have to do exactly what I tell you to, Marshal. So pull the hammer back on that revolver, you bitch. Whatever you say, Postmaster.
Sounds like that's about right. Well,
Thanks, man.
Pretty cool story, though.
Yeah, pretty cool story.
I like it.
Not too bad. It was actually really entertaining researching it all, and I'm not a very good writer, so you know, but it was entertaining for me. I was really looking forward to doing it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because I started out, I was like, oh, I got to do Laika, the dog in space, and then it just made me super sad.
Yeah, well, we should do maybe we'll do Cairo the
Cairo the
terrorist
the
hunter.
military working dog.
Yeah, because then we can talk about military working dogs. And,
Yeah, we can.
and all the bits and pieces around that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be good.
that would be good. We've actually, like, I know a guy, the big, horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't say his real name.
No.
For obvious reasons, but he was a military working dog handler, and he could shed some serious light on that,
On the badassery
on
of
the
those dogs.
badassery.
Yeah.
Those dogs are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad to the bone.
We should get him on here.
Well, he said he would.
Well,
He said he'd do it.
we need to call him to action.
He's in Sweden at the moment, though, I think so.
Well, that's annoying.
Need to wait for him to come back. But anyways, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope that you enjoyed Famous Dogs Throughout History number 2.
Number dose.
We enjoyed bringing it to you. What do we got next week, mate?
We got a little bit of, well, you just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll be back with our regular programming, with our Dog Ugly Topic of the Week, our Breed of the Week, Big Kahuna's Mailbag, Make sure if you have any questions for Big Kahuna's Mailbag that you hit us up on either our Facebook page or our Instagram account. You can private message us. We've had a few. We got some really good questions coming in the next episode that people appreciate us answering, I hope. And if you guys could do us a big solid favor and just give us that 5-star liking and the subscribing thing on the iTunes or Spotify or whatever it is. I don't know. I've heard it makes life a lot easier for us too.
Absolutely.
If people do that. So that would be awesome. We love all of you, and we will talk to you next week.
All right.
Bye-bye.